Are you guys seeing any of your websites being negatively impacted by the September helpful content update rollout? Absolutely. Yep, we've had some sites negatively hit. We've also had some sites hit, and then kind of like inspecting it, it kind of looks like it wasn't really a helpful content thing at all, but kind of like some things changed with some like search intent and stuff like that. But yeah, I've definitely had sites impacted by helpful content update. I don't think I know anyone actually who, um, who's a serious SEO who has more than one website essentially who wasn't impacted by it. I think pretty much everyone's been impacted by this most recent one a bit. So just know that it's not just you, right? If you go on like the Facebook groups or you go on Twitter or whatever, you're gonna see people it's kind of like chaos right now, right? Everyone's kind of freaking out. This is, I think, maybe been like the most impactful um, update as far as just the sheer number of people that have been hit by it in quite some time. So definitely, it's not you. There's a bunch of stuff going on right now. Ron says it doesn't sound like they're planning on rolling back. That's what I saw. Yeah, they don't plan on rolling anything back. It's going to be something that we're going to have to adapt to. Google is going really hard on the helpful content stuff. So I'd really say that you should familiarize with the helpful content guidelines. Helpful content guidelines. Google. Let's get that pulled up for you guys. So that is here. And yeah, if you guys, so for example, there's a bunch of stuff that, not just the helpful content. For example, you could look at their like affiliate guidelines, stuff like that. There's a bunch of guidelines that Google has that you should absolutely pay attention to. There's some stuff that for example, in the last question, I was saying, oh, don't pay attention to this shit. For example, they said, backlinks are no longer a top 3 ranking factor. Well, you can just go look at any SERP on the internet right now, and you can disprove that pretty easily, right? But there are certain things that you should pay attention to, and maybe you don't really you don't buy it 100%. But for example, like this stuff right here, when they're telling you what they're looking at as far as your content goes, you should look at this stuff. This is important, and maybe they're not 100% of the way there on a lot of the stuff. Like, so for example, does the content provide insightful analysis or interesting information that is beyond the obvious? So basically, they're looking for you to actually give good information, not regurgitated stuff, not stuff that everyone has already, not stuff that everyone already knows, just repeating. For example, we did an audit, this guy, and he said the article is like best smelling salts, and his first paragraph or his first section was, what are smelling salts? So maybe some of the stuff, we don't know how good at Google is at determining this, but you should at least pay attention to it and know that this is what the direction they're trying to move in is. So you should absolutely pay attention to it and adjust your content accordingly. I'm not going to go and read through all the stuff here. I'll leave that for you guys to do because it would take too long for one video on a live stream. But what I also will say is that I've got another post going up on, looks like it's going up on Saturday. And what it is a link to an article by Mary Haynes. If you guys don't know Mary Haynes, she's an SEO that I really respect. She's over on Twitter, I think mainly is where she does most of her stuff. She's kind of more of a white hat SEO, which, I'm one of the owners of Sir Links a lot, which is obviously a link building agency, so we don't see eye to eye on a bunch of stuff, but she's really good at kind of dissecting this type of thing, and I really liked this article I read by her recently. I'll go ahead and I'll post that in the chat for you guys and over on Facebook just in case you might want it. But yeah, I would definitely go ahead and recommend taking a read on that. She gives some good insights into what's going on, what she thinks going on. But what if her, basically in her conclusion, or she mentions it a couple times, is that basically no one knows really what's going on right now. It's kind of too quick. Everyone is still forming, everyone's getting all the data together. They're looking at a bunch of sites. No one really knows exactly what's going on right now. It's kind of, we can look at their guidelines and we can try to improve our content by looking at the guidelines, but we don't know exactly what is needed for recovery. And I think she mentioned someone in here that basically if your site got hit, Google's kind of like flagged it or something, and they leave this like designation on your website. And so even if you improve your content, like all of it today, you know, you might not see a bump back until maybe even the next helpful content update. Depends how long this little designation is going to stay on your site that you've been kind of flagged as unhelpful. But anyways, I'll let you read that article on your own if you want to, and I do recommend it. And yeah, hopefully that answered your question. I didn't just ramble too much about random stuff. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.